Ever feel like your internal battery is just fried? Like you need more than just a recharge. You need like a system reboot. But a spa day just won't cut it.
Totally.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
You know, you see those legendary Shaolin monks with their intense training, they're almost like mythical abilities. Turns out there's a practice designed to deliver that deep inner strength without needing to like relocate to a monastery and shave your head.
Yeah, we're diving into Shou Gong today, and it really is it's like the concentrated essence of Shaolin wisdom. You're basically getting the PhD level knowledge without needing to, dedicate decades of your life to studying in a temple.
So it's like the difference between studying a travel brochure and like actually backpacking across the Himalayas.
Exactly.
You're saying with Shou Gong, you get straight to the good stuff.
Exactly. It's not some watered down version. It's about hitting those really core principles that bring true transformation. Think about it, like some traditional Shaolin practices involve mastering 108 different forms, each taking like 10 minutes to perform.
Okay, yeah, I see the impracticality there. Who in today's world has time for that?
Right.
Seriously.
So the creators of Shou Gong, and just to give them their full titles, it was Grandmaster Chi Kim Thang and Grandmaster Yap Shanghai. They designed it specifically with modern life in mind. Sure. They wanted to preserve the power of these ancient techniques, but make them accessible for people like you and me.
Okay, so instead of needing a monastery and shaving my head, what does learning this actually look like? Like, paint me a picture.
Sure. So it's broken down into 36 concise forms, which are split into sets of 6, and each form only takes about a minute or so to practice.
Hold on a minute. That's it. I mean, that's less time than it takes me to, like, scroll through social media.
And that's the brilliance of it. They designed it with the principle of frequency beats intensity in mind. It's like, if you're building a house, you wouldn't wait a month and then lay all the bricks at once.
Right.
It's those consistent small efforts that create lasting change.
Well, I'm like chipping away at building my inner fortress 1 minute at a time. Okay, I can get behind that. But does practicing for a minute here and there really make a difference?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It really does. Think of it this way. You're training your body's like inner energy system, much like you'd train your muscles at the gym, right?
You know, that key stuff you hear about in like martial arts movies and stuff?
Exactly. Key. Yeah. But it's not just some, mystical concept.
Right.
Key is often described as your vital energy. So think of it like the force that keeps a river flowing or the breath that animates your body,
Okay, yeah. That makes it way more relatable than some like invisible force field.
Right. And when you practice Shou Gong, you're essentially learning to cultivate and direct that energy for greater health, vitality, and even, yes, martial power.
So this key thing, this vital energy, by working with it through these minute long exercises, I'm actually like making a difference. What does that even like feel like?
Well, it's different for everyone, but many people report feeling more grounded, more centered, more energized. It's like tapping into this like wellspring of energy within yourself that you never even knew was there.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Now, we talked about Jin a little bit earlier, this explosive energy. Is that something different, or is it connected to Qi?
That's a great question. They're definitely related.
Okay.
You could say that Jin is like manifestation of Qi.
Okay.
It's what happens when you learn to like harness and direct your vital energy in a focused and powerful way. And Shou Gong is specifically designed to develop that.
And those masters we see in those videos, like effortlessly tossing people around with what looks like a gentle touch, that's them tapping into this Jin.
Exactly. It's not about brute force. It's about aligning your body, your breath, and your intention to create that explosive energy.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's the aha moment I was hoping for. But let's back up a bit for those who, might be new to this whole like internal martial arts thing. We keep mentioning, Shaolin tradition. Like what's the connection there?
This is where it gets really interesting. Shou Gong isn't just about martial arts. It's a holistic practice.
Okay.
That's rooted in three, I guess you'd say, three core Shaolin arts: martial arts, traditional Chinese medicine, and Buddhist philosophy.
Whoa. Okay. So we're talking like physical strength, energy flow, 80 mental clarity, like all in one.
Precisely. You're working on like all levels of your being, body, energy, and mind.
Okay.
And because these elements are all interconnected, when you cultivate one, you naturally influence the others.
Okay, I can see the appeal of that holistic approach, especially in our, fast-paced world where it's so easy to feel fragmented and out of sync. But let's talk about those benefits in a more concrete way.
Mhm.
What can someone actually expect to experience from practicing Yan Shou Gong? Like, give me the real world changes.
Okay, sure. Imagine this. You wake up feeling more rested, more energized, even if you didn't get a full 8 hours.
Mm.
You move through your day with greater ease, greater fluidity. You're less reactive to stress and more able to stay focused, stay present, even in really challenging situations.
Yeah, who wouldn't want that, right?
Exactly. And it goes even deeper than that. Many practitioners report, improved flexibility,
Oh, wow.
better balance, better coordination.
Really?
They find they recover from injuries faster
Hmm.
and experience less chronic pain.
Wait, it can. It can help with injury.
It can. Think of it this way. When your qi, your vital energy, is flowing freely throughout your body, it promotes healing and regeneration.
Okay.
So while Yan Shou Gong isn't a replacement for, actual medical treatment, obviously it can be a really powerful complement to it by addressing those sort of root causes of imbalance.
Wow, that's fascinating. And all of this from practicing these short forms for a few minutes each day.
That's the beauty of it. By consistently nurturing your internal energy, you create this ripple effect.
Yeah.
It just positively impacts your entire being.
This is blowing my mind a little bit, I got to say.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting deep into the health and wellness benefits here, but I want to circle back to the martial arts aspect a bit. Of course, we can definitely do that. We'll dive into the self-defense applications of it and what makes Yan Shou Gong so effective in that arena. Amazing. Yeah. I can't wait. Okay, so before we shift back to that martial arts side of Yan Shou Gong, you mentioned it being a holistic practice.
Yeah.
Right, and it includes like Buddhist philosophy, and I have to admit that's the part that's always felt a little like mysterious to me. How does that fit in with everything else we've been talking about?
Well, it's all about cultivating awareness, right? In Buddhist thought, a lot of our suffering comes from like being really caught up in our thoughts,
Yeah.
and our emotions.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah.
That's basically my default setting some days.
Exactly. Right. But through mindfulness practices, and Yan Shou Gong can definitely be a mindfulness practice, we learn to kind of observe those thoughts and emotions without judgment,
Okay.
without getting like swept away by them.
So as I'm doing these physical movements, I'm also training my mind to be more present, more aware.
That's it.
Yeah.
Exactly. And as you cultivate that sort of inner stillness and clarity through the practice, it ripples out into other areas of your life, right? So you're better able to handle stress.
Oh, wow.
You make maybe wiser decisions. You connect with others from a place of greater compassion.
Wow. I never thought of it that way, but it makes total sense. It's like this practice is giving you tools not just for like physical well-being, but also for navigating like all the ups and downs of life, with more grace, more resilience.
That's beautifully put. And it gets to the heart of why the creators of this called it the art of longevity. It's not just about living a long life, but about living a really fulfilling life.
Yeah.
A life of purpose and meaning.
Okay, that right there, that's powerful stuff. It's like
Oh.
they've taken these ancient wisdom traditions and they've like distilled them into a practice that's accessible, that's relevant for us like today.
Precisely. And that's what I find so inspiring about it. It's not about escaping from the modern world. It's about finding ways to really thrive within it, to face all those challenges that we're talking about with greater strength, with greater clarity, with greater compassion.
And to think it all starts with taking just a few minutes each day to connect with her own like inner strength. It's such a simple yet profound concept. This has been incredible. I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of Yan Shou Gong and its potential.
Well, it's been my pleasure to explore it with you. I always say the more we delve into these ancient practices, the more we realize how much wisdom they really hold for us today.
Absolutely. So for someone listening who's now feeling inspired, maybe even a little curious to try Yan Shou Gong for themselves, what's one thing you'd say they can take away from this conversation?
I'd say this. you already possess this incredible strength and resilience within you. Yan Shou Gong simply provides a pathway, to tap into that potential,
Yeah.
to cultivate those inner resources and live a more fulfilling, more empowered life.
Beautifully said. And who knows, maybe we'll even uncover some hidden martial arts superpowers along the way.
Now, that would be something, wouldn't it?
It sure would.
Yeah.
This has been the Deep Dive, folks. Go explore those hidden depths.